Aquaba guys, good morning and welcome to yet another pillow talk. Oh, I am so oily. But it works. It lasts on all day. This is my body butter that I make. The only thing that I use for anything. Anyway, guys, we like to thank you, Lord, for allowing us to see another day, breathing life into us again. There's a passage in the Bible, I believe it's and I'm sorry that I'm not for sure before I come over here talking stuff. But I think it's Mark 6:9, and that passage simply says, "For they know not what to say." I'm just going to come over here and talk for a little bit. For those of you who see married couples who have been married for a while, or people old enough to have children but don't have children, it doesn't mean that they can't have children. You know, sometimes it just simply means that they have other plans. Everybody who gets married does not desire children. And just because you've spent your life having a bunch of unwanted pregnancies and children, and now you're irritated, you want people to be irritated with you. Kids may be a blessing to some, but to some it's just like, I'm happy with my nieces and my nephews, and that's enough for me. Stop going over to people, why you don't have no kids, what you can't have no kids, or what are you waiting on? Um, I have one friend, and I'm not gonna say her name because I love and respect her too much, but she's a virgin, and people ask her, "Well, what are you waiting on?" or "Why are you still a virgin?" And it is just so stupid. People like me who have had premarital sex and a child out of wedlock, you know, doing things that's not the way that God would have us to do, you know. But I am proud to see people who do things differently, who actually have a plan in life, who actually thought about their life, not just out here just doing stupid things without thinking. Although I love my daughter, I didn't have plans, I didn't have goals at the time, and I simply didn't think. I was just out there in my flesh, and I got pregnant. Although I was 20, and that's considered grown, but what do you really know at 20? A year before you were 19. You don't really know anything. And with me, I had turned 20 in October and was pregnant in December. So I was a couple months before I was a teenager. You don't know anything, you know. And it's to me, some people say, well, you should have children when you're young. You have the energy. Um, you can run around with them. That may be true, but if God didn't give you anybody, then why should you have a bunch of children out of wedlock? Why should you have a bunch of unwanted pregnancies? And you can tell when the pregnancies are unwanted because we watch how you move with your children. Short-tempered, always yelling, don't spend time talking or teaching your kids, being lazy or not even putting that time into your kids. And your kids are walking around here 3 years old still wearing pull-ups because you're not putting that time in with your kids to train them, or you're neglecting your kids' needs. Those are people who you can tell just got pregnant and didn't have a thought about it, just did something because you're listening to social media, listening to the music of today and the music that will stir up your flesh and make you want to do things, and then the repercussions may be a child. For every action, there's a reaction. You know, um, I know about both ends of the spectrum. I know what it's like to be a single mom and to be a married mother. Um, I was married when my oldest daughter was 5, and then I had given birth again, and it was such a difference. The father was present, the father was there, the father was caring. I didn't feel like I swallowed a pill and artificially inseminated myself. There was actually a face, a body, a man who loved me and a man who cared, a man who took on the responsibility of a child that wasn't his because her father was too much of a coward to hang around. Although I'm not here to talk ill about men who don't show up because he didn't promise me anything. I didn't stick around long enough to even really know who he really was, to be honest. Um, so I can't really blame him. I have to blame myself. But if you see people without children, it doesn't mean that they can't have children. Sometimes they can just look at a person like me and see all that I've poured out into my kids just to see what I got back in return and say, I'm satisfied with my nieces and nephews. That's just not for me. Sometimes you need to just shut the hell up. Just that simple. Shut the hell up. Sometimes you trying to be smart and facetious and hurt people's feelings because you want them to be miserable like you. Sometimes people want to enjoy their husband or their wife without a child. Or sometimes people want to be married and enjoy their marriage before ushering in children. Sometimes people want to get their finances together. Don't get mad at other people because they thought about it or have it planned. Mind your business, shut your mouth, stay out the way, and let people live their life. Let people do them. That's just it. I just always have to come in here and raise y'all up. Maybe you didn't get it at home and y'all just out here not knowing what to say out your mouth. And I just have to tell you because I love you. But until we meet again, know that I love you and I'm praying for you guys. And just remember what I said. Mind your business. And I'm really saying it in love. Shut your mouth. Just shut your mouth. Stop giving unwanted advice and comments that people didn't ask you. And even if somebody is coming to you to complain, sometimes they just want a listening ear. Sometimes they don't need your harsh opinions. That's just it. Be blessed, guys. Have a great day on purpose.